It's your girl Kirsten,
And Moni.
and we are Never Not Extra. And if you didn't know,
No.
now you know. That's funny. What is up, niggas?
Here.
You already know what it is. We are back in the studio on this Young Tuesday. Well, let me correct myself. I am back in the studio on this Young Tuesday. Okay.
And I'm in the middle of the country on
She's
this
in the middle
Tuesday.
of the country. Moni is in Oklahoma. Moni is in Oklahoma, setting up some final drug deals before the holidays. Real life Fargo shit going on.
Hmm. It's family business.
It's family business.
Family business.
But as you know, today we have a show, and our show is called Burning Bridges. Okay, so if you follow us on Instagram, you already know what we're talking about today. But Moni, let the people know what's going on.
Let it burn. Okay. I've been singing that song in my head all day. So, burning bridges. So, when we think of burning a bridge, is you're breaking off a connection completely with somebody. You're like, this is the end. I don't ever need to interact with you. The love that we had is gone. It's no love. That's it. Borderline enemies. All right. I don't
Not
know you.
borderline enemies.
I erased you from my memory. So, we're going to talk about the reason why I wanted to talk about this and why like it was kind of a topic that I shared with Kirsten that I was really inspired by is the fact that like I'm kind of like changing my idea on how I navigate like burning bridges just because I feel like it might be unnecessary. So we're going to talk about how we feel about it, in the circumstances to where it's absolutely necessary to burn a bridge with somebody, our experiences with that, and just like the whole culture of cutting people off and cutting people out your life, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that are already listening, if you have a situation and you want to tell your burning bridge story, feel free to put it in the chat or you can call in. But before we get into our topic, we want to know.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
How you
How you doing?
How you doing, Money Love?
I'm good. Wait, side note about Wendy Williams. She's like not hosting her show right now.
Yeah,
Crazy.
she like sick or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. Pray for her.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know if she's sick or if she having some type of health issue, but she having some type of like health stuff going on.
Yeah,
That's what's going on with that. It does suck.
I feel like because they just made a movie about her life, but I feel like her life is still. You know how they make a movie about people's life once it's like they died or they went through their trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they made a movie about her life, but it's still
going through it,
stuff going on. So prayers to her. Anyway, I just brought her up because of the soundbite.
We know.
I don't know.
We know.
Like, there's
We
never
know.
a case where we need to talk about Wendy Williams. I'm good. I'm in the country. I'm out here for my grandma's 80th birthday. So shout out to her.
Shout out to grandma turning 80.
Yeah, Grandma Joanna. Just her.
Joanna.
Just about her, okay? Now, she's turning 80, so we're out here spending some time.
I like that.
Yeah.
Whoa, I like that.
It's really. I'm about to come back a whole wife. I learned how to make. Well, I got the instructions on how to make pot roast and peach
not a whole wife.
So hide your husbands. That's all I'm saying. I'm just kidding, but it's cool. It's not really much to do out here, but like chill, slow times, enjoy the sounds of nature, and watch TV. I've been watching so much Wheel of Fortune. I've never watched so much Wheel of Fortune in my life.
Hey, Wheel of Fortune made you lit.
I'll be like, he needs to solve by Val. It's really good.
Wheel of Fortune is lit though,
and The Price is Right, which reminds me, we need to have a conversation because I want to go on The Price is Right.
Okay, we could do that. I just so you know the logistics of it, you do have to pretty much like be overly like you gotta not be Moni. You gotta be
I
like
can't
Twitter
be
Moni
Cheeto.
to get on the Price of
I
Right.
gotta be Moni squared. I'm
Yeah,
cool.
you gotta be doing like hella like extra shit like to get on the show. Like no lie, like you, it's just like
I
a whole bunch of
believe
stuff.
they film it like right there, like down the street from my house. Like right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guessing that or is for real?
No, I actually think that's where like it's Dash's backyard. Not to give away where he lives,
Nobody knows where you
but
live.
Dash, we're like Dash. We could park at Dash house and walk low
I'm
key.
down to go. Ooh, Dash would be the perfect person for us to go with too.
I
Low
was
key.
actually gonna say if we should, because they let. Well, never mind. They don't do audience members anymore. They
Yeah.
audience is really okay. Anyway, I'm good. How are you?
Y'all see, Moni just misses me because low key she hasn't been talking to me every day since she been gone. But I'm gonna let it slide
Yeah, I
because
talk to you
she visiting
every
family.
day. I
No,
feel like I've been on the phone with you every day.
no, that's a lie. That's not even true. That's not even true. Anywho, um, no, I'm doing good. I am currently catching. Well, we'll do that later. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm great. We here. I'm just waiting for Moni to come back so we can do like some Halloween stuff or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, I've been seeing it, nigga. Sorry, I feel like I picked. Well, I didn't pick the worst because I'm glad to be
Can
here.
y'all tell Moni really like her nails because she keep putting them in the screen and putting
No,
them
it's I'm
on her
talking
face.
with my hands. I just don't know what to do. That's why I don't like my nails. I actually don't like the set.
I'm
But
I'm fucking with you, girl. Go
do
ahead.
you know how much stuff is going on in LA right now that I
Hmm.
should have? Like, bro, we're doing Never Not Insecure next week.
We're missing all of the
Issa has had endless insecure events. Like,
yeah
we should have been at every one with Never Not Extra Teach. Like,
yeah.
but um, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to like miss out on stuff a little bit.
Not for me. Mainly because I don't do stuff. So now like stuff that I actually would like to do is happening. It's like
I'm down to do Halloween stuff. There's still gonna be drive-in movies going on.
yeah
You know me. I'm with it.
yeah
Also, okay, this is never mind. I'm acting like I'm on the phone with you. This is a
right.
totally side conversation, but I got plans for us.
Okay, what are you obsessed with this week?
This week I am obsessed with. You go first. I don't know what I'm obsessed with.
I'm obsessed with you, not you, but the show You.
I figured you were talking about that. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched all of the I only watched 1 or 2 episodes so far. But it's already juicy, so I'm like, I need to know what's going on. Then I wonder if people I forgot I was on camera real quick and I totally just tried to like sneak get some salt off my lip that was stuck there. But
It was
maybe they couldn't see because I was behind the mic.
What am I
That's
obsessed
funny.
with this week?
But yeah, that's what I'm obsessed with. Jaime said, "Bring your ass back, hurry it up."
Jaime, oh my god, I miss y'all.
Oh my, on a beauty one. What's
I know
up?
who that is. Hey girl.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Who
What
is
am I
Jaime? You know who that is?
Jaime?
Uh-huh.
Jamie?
Oh.
I'm guessing. I don't see the chat right now.
Oh, okay.
I am obsessed with. Okay, I'll do a recent one. So the show Queens just came out.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched that yet.
You heard of it though with Brandy and Eve and all of them.
See, I heard it. See, I be knowing stuff. You be thinking
See,
that I know
and
stuff.
that's the thing. I don't be knowing stuff. I don't be updated on it, so I'm surprised. But I was just, I was watching sports today, and I decided to. I decided.
Can I have one drug, please? That's what you sound like.
I would like to watch sports ball. But I just like kept the TV on, and my mom told me to turn to it, and it's actually really, really good. They have some original songs. It's like Power. You know how they have original songs that's like real catchy, and it's like good and hilarious. Like I was cracking up. So shout out to them. And Brandy's rapping voice is amazing.
Dope. I'll have to start watching that.
Yeah.
If you guys forgot, Moni and I are actually live on YouTube right now as well. So if you type in TGN Talk on YouTube, you'll see that we are currently live. If you want to get in the chat on YouTube, or you can get in the chat on the app. Hey, Michael. Michael said, "What's up?" All My on a Beauty One said, "I'm obsessed with Blood and Water on Netflix." I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna have to look into that too.
Wow, I could tell you don't be reading the group chat. Nigga, Blood and Water is my shit.
I do be reading the group chat. Oh, on my why can't I talk? On My Own a Beauty said, "Hey girls, hey." And Jamie said, "You right, it is high. She is high May. I'm gonna get high and watch it. I'm gonna get high and watch Blood and Water."
No, Blood and Water is like it's a Africa. No, it's not Africa. Is it? I think it's in South Africa.
Oh really?
If I'm not mistaken. And it's really juicy. It's like
Okay. I'm gonna have
it's
to
like
look
high
into that.
school drama, private school, but like it's not teeny. It's not a teeny show. It's really good.
Okay, yeah.
Blood and water.
Jamie is on YouTube. She said, "Oh my god, this is so much better." She's commenting on YouTube.
Good.
Miss Zay said, "Blood and Water is my show right now." Hey Zay.
Yeah, I gotta get caught up. I haven't watched season 2 yet, or yeah, season 2.
Jamie said, "Like this is way better," and I can see y'all. I think this will be cool too, like to have people tap in, like when they want to say something, they can like pop into our stream and say what they need to say. I didn't think about that.
Wow, I didn't know the ins and outs of it, so I didn't know. That's cool.
I love that.
Oh my god, that'll be really good for Insecure. Oh, I can't wait till next week, y'all.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
super
wait.
I'm super excited. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. Well, let's get into this topic, homegirl, home skillet.
Let's get into it. Wait. Before we get into it, we got shout outs.
We got shout outs. Okay, so we have a sponsor for the month. Okay, can never forget the sponsor. Our sponsor for this month goes out to, is Array Gems. Ooh. Array Gems is a Black-owned jewelry company. I don't know if you guys can like see my. Let me see. It's gonna be real close and personal on my boobs, but can y'all see this? Can y'all see this? I don't know. Maybe they can. Maybe they can. Money got hers too. Money got hers too. But so my necklace says Kirsten. Moni's says extra. But it is a Black-owned jewelry company, and we've obviously purchased from them really good quality stuff. So we really appreciate her sponsoring us. If you see the notification message going on at the bottom of our YouTube live stream right now, you would see that we have a discount code with Array Gems, and that discount code is extra. So if you shop on Array Gems, which I'll also put it in the chat, the name of the company is Array Gems. That's ARRAYGEMS. The Instagram is the same, ARRAYGEMS on Instagram. And our discount code is the word extra. Y'all niggas should know how to spell extra. But it's EXTRA. And you'll get 15% off with that. Be sure to follow, like, comment, share their posts, and support them because they support your girls. And of course, we will want that company to sponsor us again. So that's that. Shout out to you, Array Gems.
I can't wait to order some more stuff for sure.
Yes, thank you for sponsoring us. On My Own a Beauty said, yes, the show is South African, and that is so juicy. And shout out to Dash, who just joined the chat.
Hey, Dash.
Hey, Dash. All right, girl, let's get into this topic. Uh-oh, Moni, what you got going on, girl?
I just opened the drawer. I don't think I'm supposed to open.
Wow, you looked really surprised. What's in the drawer, Moni?
Bullets.
Oh.
I was like,
whoa. Grannies be packing. Hey, grannies be the one packing. People better watch out. These Black grannies, they be done bust the cap in your ass.
they don't play in Oklahoma. Yeah.
They don't. Let's talk about Brandon Bridges, girl. I hope y'all ready to tell y'all Brandon Bridges story.
All right, so it's about to get deep. Okay. So, question.
Okay.
Are you the type that's quick to burn a bridge, or are you about redemption? And shout out to Lore, who replied and, inspired that story post of like, because she said she's all about redemption. So, are you quick to burn a bridge? I feel like a lot of viral posts, tweets, and everything have been like, if somebody don't make you happy, you got to cut them out of your life. You got to level up. You got to How do you feel about that? What are the circumstances? And your braids look hella cute right now.
Thank you.
I love the ombre. It's so bomb. Anyway, sorry.
Shout out to Brienne Braid. She braid my hair, y'all, and her November books is open. Okay.
And you better book fast, okay?
Oh yeah, because she get booked real fast. Kiana Alley said, "Ooh, I like this better. I can actually see y'all." Hi, Kiana.
I wish I could see the YouTube chat, but I think it's gonna mess up my thing.
Oh. Sorry, girl. What does it look like on your end? I don't know what it looks like on your end.
I'm on StreamYard.
I know, but like on the side, does it have like a thing that says comments? You should be able to see it.
Oh. Hey y'all.
That's funny. So am I the type to burn bridges? Yes. But I feel like it's very situational because I feel like certain people I do give them a chance for redemption. So it definitely I think definitely depends on the situation and who the person is.
Does your rapport with the person have a play in like whether you give them redemption or not?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the situation is that happened for that bridge to be burned, I think. But I'm real quick to just stop fucking with somebody because that's just easier for me. I get tired of fucking talking. It's just, and I think the older we get, the less patience we have too.
That's
honestly, like I have less patience.
That's honestly like what 30 is, and maybe I don't know, but go ahead, continue because I'll start my therapy.
That's me. I'm a firm believer in burning that bridge because I believe that everybody should be able to protect their energy. Mm-hmm. And also everyone deserves to have it, whether it be a relationship, friendship, or whatever it is, to have the same level of love and respect reciprocated in that situation. That's just how I think. I know that I have issues with thinking that everybody should think and do how I think and do, but for the most part, I think that there should be something that each person is gaining like in the relationship. And I feel like
something,
when I say relationship, I'm saying like friendships and stuff as well. But when I say that, it's just like if something gets bad to the point, it's like something would have like literally had to go on constantly for you to have to burn that bridge. You know what I mean? Like for you to just be like, you know what, I'm cutting it off. I'm fucking done. Like I can't do it anymore. It's like that just, it has to be something that's toxic for sure. Kiana said, girl, I spent my whole teenage years burning bridges, low key. And she said, I kind of regret it. I was so immature. I burned them and I was extremely toxic.
Shout out to Kiana for the accountability.
Absolutely.
I hella respect that. Yeah, because it's like a line, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to be a pushover. You want to be able to be like, hey, you had access to me, you abused it, you no longer have access to me, right? But as far as my answer to that question, I feel like the way that I've burned bridges in the past, and I just had this realization maybe in the last couple of days, I feel like, or the last couple of weeks, I feel like it's not necessary, and it's almost like it's selfish because I've burned bridges with people to where I'm like, unfollow, block, delete number, whatever, but not just talking about women, but like with friends too. I'm like, or like I just let the friendship die and be like, oh well, unfollow,
Wow.
And it's because of the situation will be like, not that they did something specifically grimy always, but it'll be like, you don't fit into what I tried to create. You don't fit into my idea of what you're supposed to be in my life.
Yeah.
Because of that, you can't be in my life at all. And that might be valid for some circumstances, but I feel like for me, I'm kind of leaning more towards leading my life to be like, okay, let me understand what you're supposed to be in my life. Maybe you're not supposed to be that close to me, you know? That doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean that I'm supposed to completely cut you off just because I'm mad. Just because I'm mad that you can't be what I want you to be. I feel like that's unfair and it's not healthy. And especially like just thinking about just like how Kiana said, it like makes you regret because I guess I'm realizing that like I really do love people. Like I love spending time with people. You know, like I love my friends. I love my family. You know, I'm shy.
Yeah.
I can be quiet sometimes, but like for the most part, I really love people. So sometimes it'd be making me sad where it's like, damn, I used to be really close to this person, or me and this person used to be best friends and hang out all the time and talk every single day. And now they're
Yeah.
not in my life no more. And some people might say like that's a part of life, but I'm at the point where it's kind of like you don't have like you can keep these connections. People can still be special to you and in your life. They can be from a distance. It's like it's layers, but you don't have to be like it don't basically to summarize it, it don't have to be black and white in my opinion.
Right. Kiana said, "Girls say that. I swear that was me. I really wanted to avoid the conversation. I'll just ghost
Ooh,
them. I changed that because it's not cool, you know. I'm with you, Moni."
wow, yeah, that's growth. Shout out to you. That's amazing.
Nico
Good.
said, "Hi, ladies. Mute, unfollow, block is my favorite. LOL." And Dad said, "Milo," and he also said, "Hola." I told him Milo is in the studio. Milo is in
Milo's
the studio
goddad.
now.
Milo's goddad.
Milo's Milo's got Dad. Um,
So
but just
Nicolette
to
said, go ahead.
Sorry, but just to like kind of piggyback off of like what you and Kiana were saying too, I think it depends. Like if I don't care about the person, I don't mind about ghosting them. I think pretty much for the most part, people know that I don't mind confrontation. I don't mind having the conversation. But sometimes I do get to the point where I'm just like, fuck it, because I need to wait to see like if I'm gonna get into a space to where I'm gonna be able to have like a constructive conversation and not just a I'm talking at this person, you know, like I want to also be in the space to receive because I understand that like I'm not always right in the situation and there's some things that I know that I can do that may have hurt somebody else's feelings or been offensive or whatever the case may be. So I have to be aware of that, but I know that sometimes I'm not in that space. There's sometimes I'm in a space where I'm beyond reconciling or I'm beyond like trying to come to some type of like level ground or communicate with you properly to be listening. Like I know when I'm beyond that point. So when I know that like there's no point in me talking to you, then I just won't.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that
Yeah,
that's right,
it kind
but
of yeah, you're right because it kind of depends on like is this person emotionally intelligent person to where I can voice my issues and you'll respond and you'll understand, or are they gonna be like nope, bloop bloop bloop? Then that's the case where it's like you gotta like love them from afar and be like I tried.
yeah, it's hard for me to communicate with people that aren't truthful and accountable of themselves with
Mhm.
themselves. That's the hardest time for me
People
to
can
communicate with
only
anybody. That's with friends and family.
people can only meet you as far as they've met themselves.
That's so true.
You know, so you
That's so true.
so the people that can like Kiana, um, she knows herself and she owns up to her stuff,
Right.
you know? So it's
Right.
like she knows that this is my issue. So if somebody had a problem with you, I feel like Kiana would be in a healthy space to take it and be like, you know what, self-reflect, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's called being an adult.
Yeah, Kiana also said, "Yeah, it does depend on your position in my life too. I've been trying to find the happy medium. I literally didn't have that gray area."
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, "No, that makes sense, Kirsten. Sometimes you can scope out what's ahead with that conversation. It's annoying." Yeah.
Yeah.
Lorde said, "Hey, ladies." She said, "I try to always stay true to myself. Tend to have a lot of grace with people and meet them where they are."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she said, sometimes too much, and then I got to look at boundaries.
That's that
Oh
medium.
my gosh. That's the next part of this conversation that we really need to get into. Learning to set boundaries. People like I want people to understand that. Hold on, before we get into that.
Yeah.
Michael said sometimes you got to burn the bridge to rebuild the foundation. That's totally true. I totally agree with that. Sometimes you need a break from people. It doesn't matter who it is. Sometimes you just need a break.
That's fair because I feel like, and I've said this to you before, I feel like stuff is never too late until somebody dies.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as y'all still breathing, there's always a chance for redemption or reconciliation. It may
I
not ever
agree.
it may not ever be the same connection that you had before, but there's
I
always
agree.
that chance.
I agree. Nicolette said, energies really needs to be matched in friendships and relationships. And she said, Moni's mic sounds like it's not plugged in. Oh, she's far. She's out of Moni is in Oklahoma, so she might sound a little bit far away because she's talking on her
Sorry, I'll talk
computer.
louder.
Let me see if this works. Say something, Moni.
Some.
No, that's not really doing nothing. I don't know. I can hear you though. I think everybody can hear you for the most part. I think you might just not sound as loud as I do because you're not in the studio.
No, got it. Yeah.
But I was gonna talk about boundaries. I feel like setting boundaries is really an important thing, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I think it's because people naturally don't like confrontation. And when you're setting boundaries with somebody, it makes it seem like you're acting different, but you're protecting yourself.
There you go.
I set my boundaries with people, and then it's like, oh, you doing this and you doing that. Like, no, I am saving you from getting cursed out and or me putting my hands on you. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like,
there you go. That's the word. That's the happy medium, right? And I'm glad you brought this up because I didn't think about that. But it's okay to, like, maybe it's a person that you don't want to burn a bridge with because it's like, hey, this is a different connection than what I wanted it to be, but I still care about you. But let me set this boundary so that I don't be disappointed, so that I don't set myself up for disappointment.
Yeah. And you have to you literally have to do that, because if you don't, people will, like, they'll run all over you. Honestly, they will run all over you. And then it's like, what can you do?
These comments.
What happened? Kiana said, baby, it took me years to respect myself enough to do this. This is where my ghosting started.
Yep.
I like that Kiana is like just being open. And do we know Kiana? Do I know Kiana?
I don't know.
I feel like I know who this is, but I can't
I feel
think
like it
right
might
now.
be somebody that you know, but we appreciate it. Thank you for this.
Absolutely. I love the openness, the honesty, and the participation. I love it.
For sure.
I love it.
Just to kind of like tell my story with that, and the reason why I feel that way is because recently I was telling you, like, last year,
I see what's happening. Hold on. I think I was turning you down on accident.
Whoopsies.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm trying to. Okay, talk, Moni.
Talk.
Oh, I see what was happening. Okay, so you're on the same, y'all. Okay, so I was about to say I'm DJing. I'm doing everything. So what happened is when I'm doing the music, when I turn the music up, it also turns you up, but then I can't hear you because the music is up too. Does that make sense? But now you're louder. Nico, tell me if Moni sounds louder now, that I turned her up, and then I'll try to figure out this music thing.
Yo.
But I can hear you much louder now.
Okay, I'll start telling you the story though. So I think I mentioned it to you, Kirsten, last year, but there was this guy that I went to middle school with, that I used to talk to, and he didn't really fuck with me like that. He didn't. Okay, he was real cool though, and I talked to him like in my 20s, right? And I lived since middle school, so he was real cool. He just did not fuck with me like that, you know.
Yeah.
So we had fell off, and then maybe like August, July, no, August of like last year, he randomly messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, "Please don't ignore me." And at this point, we hadn't talked in like years. He was like, "Please don't ignore me." So I feel like most people would be like, "Nigga, what? I ain't talked to you. Blocked. Don't hit me up." Most people like that. But he was like, "Oh, like I just been thinking about you and like how everything went down, and like I just want to say I'm sorry or whatever." And I was like, I don't even remember what went down, to be honest with you.
Oh, I think I remember this story.
Yeah, I was like, I literally do not remember what went down. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Like, I hope you've been well. And then he was like asking me to hang out, and I was like, no, last time I checked, you was kind of like married or whatever.
Yeah.
With somebody or whatever. And then he was like, okay, like I respect that. But then like literally like a month later, maybe 2 months later, I saw our mutual friend post like saying RIP because he died or whatever.
Yeah.
And I respect the privacy of his family. I don't really know the circumstances of his death. The way that the post made it seem like he possibly committed suicide. That part I have no idea. But I'm really glad that I wasn't like holding on to that pettiness, because I'm glad I had that last exchange with him. And there was another circumstance where like it was a friend that I had that was really, really cool. He liked me. I think I did something like I think I did something hurtful to where he would kind of be like a little bit catty with me, right?
Yeah.
But I never took it to head. And I remember like he threw an event. He threw like a karaoke event. And I was like, I want to support, and I'm going to go. Like, I'm going to go and support him because he's been nice. He's a really sweet person. Despite all of the little petty stuff that we had between each other, I'm going to just go. So I went, and literally like, that was the last time I saw him. And he was killed like a few days later. I feel like ironically enough, we're coming on the anniversary of that, because I remember it was around Halloween of maybe like 2017. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So because of those things, I feel like I'm happy that I answered that Facebook message. I'm happy that I went to that last event that he threw, because that's my memory with him. My memory of him is not him being like petty on Twitter or something. My memory of him is him giving me a big hug and thanking me for coming to his event, you know? Yeah. So I feel like if you care about people, or you've cared about them at a certain point in your life, I don't want them to go out with having beef with me. And even I have to like stop myself and watch the way that I talk about people and be like, oh, they irritate me, because if they not here, I'm gonna feel bad. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
You know? So I'm trying to be on some shit that's like all love and like wishing people the best, because you really don't know. And I don't mean to make it super serious and make it all sad. It's really like I'm sad that they're gone, but I'm happy that I had that exchange and that I didn't decide to like, oh, fuck them. And then I don't know. I just really been thinking about also somebody that I was friends with. The nigga that I was in love with is from like 2016. I wasn't in love with him. I need to stop saying that. But like, that was my dog, and that could have been a really cool friendship. But I was just such a brat that I was like, oh, you don't like me? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I never want to talk to you again, you know? Yeah. And it's to the point where he probably burnt the bridge with me. Like, I'm not finna talk to Simone no more. But it's like, I missed out on a possible friendship because I'm so selfish, and I think that everything's supposed to go my way.
I feel like that's old Moni. I don't feel like you're like that now. I feel like in certain situations you are like that, but not like all around, like as a person.
I feel like I'm just changing how I view things, like how like people didn't like Simone. This is me talking to myself. Simone, people didn't do you wrong. People didn't do you wrong. I mean, people do me wrong, but there are certain people that didn't do me wrong. They just disappointed me.
Mhm.
And that's okay. That doesn't call for me to be like, fuck you. You
Yeah.
dead to me. I don't ever want to see you again.
Naturally, that's the easiest thing for us to do. That's why. Like, I feel like it's naturally the easier thing for us to do because now it's like we don't have to deal with the situation anymore.
Right. Because that's how I heal. That's how I like, especially like with guys, like, you know, I've never, even when I was in high school, I didn't date people that went to my high school. So if we broke up, I didn't have to see them every day. It would just be like, oh, out of my mind, you know.
Mhm.
And now that we have social media, it's like people that you've dated, you see it, and I don't know how to handle seeing it, so I have to like remove them completely because that's my method, you know.
Right.
But
Uh,
that's really the extreme, you know.
What's your longest standing
Yeah, let's get
friendship?
into that.
What's your longest standing friendship right now?
I'm gonna say the poll results first of what
Okay.
people answered to that.
And people in the chat can answer that too. And people that are in the YouTube comments can answer that too, like what your longest standing friendship is.
Yeah, so we asked the longest standing friendship. Um, I totally put this backwards. I'm illiterate. I think y'all know what I meant though. So less than 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 20 years, 20 plus years.
Mm.
And not just people that you follow on Instagram, but people that you would invite to your birthday dinner because y'all talk every once in a while, y'all hang out every once in a while.
Mhm.
So for me, my longest friendship is 10 to 20 years. Brienne who's my best friend, is probably my oldest friendship
Mm.
that I still am very much connected to.
Kiana said 16 years.
16 years. That's beautiful.
That's awesome. Jamie said 20 plus years.
Yep. Because if you think about it, that's middle school and elementary. We old.
Yeah. As far as like still being close to this person, mine is 10 plus years, and that's with L'Oreal. I call her my cousin. We're literally like family, and we're still like extremely close. I can literally talk to her about anything without feeling like any type of like judgment or anything. She's just kind of like one of
L'Oreal?
those people that just goes with the flow.
It's only been 10 years?
10, no, that's why I said 10 plus. I know it's more than 10 with L'Oreal.
I feel like it might be like 15.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. I don't remember what year we met, but it was definitely like it was after high school though.
Oh, it was after high school, so probably like 10.
Yeah, it was like 09, 2010, something like that. So a little over 10 years.
Not 09 being 12 years ago.
I know. And I do have other friends that I would invite. Like for instance, like my friend Tiffany, you met my friend Tiffany. I've been friends with Tiffany since second grade, and I do invite her to stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing with Tiffany too is just like, dang, that's a long time, second grade. But
Second grade.
the thing with Tiffany is like I don't see her all the time, but she's shown up to my birthdays and stuff because that's how you've met her. You know, I maybe hadn't seen her in like a year or two or whatever, but she'll show up to my birthday if I'm having something or whatever. She'll support like events and everything. And then when we do talk, it's not like it's awkward, like we don't know what to talk about. It's like it's always like we never stop seeing each other almost type of thing. But as far as like somebody that I talk to very frequently, it would have to be L'Oreal. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Shout out to you, Boo Bear. That's my nickname for her. Lorde said, I hang with my snack club every week. We've been knowing each other since high school in 1993. Dang.
I love that. I admire that so much when I meet
Yeah.
people who've been friends since they were like 8 and they've
That's dope.
basically gone through life together. Like they've seen each other through the craziest things.
That's
or just
dope.
like, I don't know. I think that's really beautiful.
Kiana said, I've had my bestie since 5th grade. That's amazing. My best friend that I had in elementary school moved to Texas, and I was so devastated.
That's the thing also. Like when you don't, because a lot of people that know each other since that young, they've gone to the elementary, middle school, high school in their town, like you know.
Yeah.
So because sometimes you go to elementary over here and you go to a middle school over here, and it's kind of hard to like keep that connection with those people. I guess of course we
Yeah.
can connected with them now. Actually, my friend from like third grade invited me to her baby shower, which I thought was beautiful. Like I thought that was really dope. I couldn't make it, but I was like, I love that I'm still connected to her.
Yeah. And then just me remember my old best friend, like my old childhood best friend. Remember, I found her on Clubhouse. She just like randomly popped up, and I was like, I only know one person named Tanina. Like I've always ever only known one person named Tanina. And then I'm looking at her face. I'm like, dang, she kind of looked like Tanina too, but just like grown. And I remember I was scavenging through like my old photos, and I'm looking, and then I'm like calling my mom. I'm like, what was her last name? Like, and then I clicked on the Clubhouse thing. You know how you can connect like your Instagram. So I clicked on it, and I messaged. I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is weird, but you look like my childhood best friend. And what happened was, I think something happened to where like they ended up having to move away, and I just never got to see her again. But she had twin brothers too, and I had a picture of me and her, and then I had a picture of me, her, and her twin brothers. And I remember vaguely like all the young birthdays we had when we were like 5. Like 5 and 6 years old, doing sleepovers and stuff. So I sent the pictures, and she was like, "Oh my god, like that's crazy!" And
I
ever
love
since then,
that.
like, we've been staying connected like via Instagram and stuff like that. She has a whole journaling business and everything that she supported us, like, sponsored us. And I bought you guys journals from her business.
Oh, her, yeah.
Yeah, and she supported us. She bought one of our crew neck sweaters like that say "Never Not Extra" and stuff like that. So it was really cool, like and then Clubhouse of all places. We've had Facebook and Instagram all these years, and all of a sudden I'm on Clubhouse and she pops up as a potential person.
Bro, somebody that I had got connected to. It's unfortunate that we couldn't maintain a friendship as adults for whatever reason, but you met her. My close friend from like 2nd grade, I remember like that was my dog. Like that was like my best friend. And I remember her family had moved away like in 2nd or 3rd. I think it was like no, it was 4th or 5th grade. Like her family moved away and I never saw her again. And I remember when like social media stuff started coming out, like literally, remember classmates.com? Remember that was a thing before social
No, I
media?
never heard of that.
Classmates, it's where it was basically Facebook, like, but not like a social media type of thing. They probably mad as hell. They didn't further it, but it was basically like you can make an account and you could put your high school and your graduation date, and people pop up that like you can email them or something like that. And I remember I would always look for her. I would always look for her. When MySpace came out, I would look for her. When Facebook came out, I would look for her. And then one day I finally found her. And she was like, I've been looking for you too. Like you was so cool. And she ended up moving to LA like around the same time that we like got connected with each other, and we was hanging out like as adults. And that felt really, really dope to be like, girl, like remember Miss Huebner in 3rd grade? Like, because I am not connected with any of my with any of my elementary friends like that on that level. But that was like a really cool thing because I always thought about her. Like, I wonder what happened to her. And I got connected with her. So that was cool.
That is really cool. Evolving with Nicolette said, been knowing my besties for 19 plus years.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's
Keanu
so
said
cool.
Classmates was the shit. Michael said he's been his longest friendship is 19 years. That's crazy.
Is it with our mutual friend, Michael?
What'd you say, Moni?
Is it with our mutual friend, Michael?
Oh, Michael, Moni's asking, is your 19-year friendship with our mutual friend? Gemma also said, hey, baby boo.
Hey, Gemma girl.
That's amazing. Okay, so I have another question. What's your thoughts on friendships that organically kind of like get burned out on their own?
Sorry, I'm
It's fine.
I didn't read the results, but basically the majority of the people that voted in this poll said 10 to 20 years and 20 plus years.
That's
so
awesome.
Shout out to y'all because
you did read it.
Huh?
You did read it. You told us.
No, I didn't say the amount.
Oh, I thought you did.
Oh. But yeah, that's really cool.
That is really cool. And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
that people can have like long-standing like friendships like that.
If you guys have a story, just a side note, if y'all have a story about people that y'all been friends with for 20 plus years and y'all had an argument and y'all worked it out, let us know.
Yeah. And that leads into the next question of like, have you had any friendships that just kind of like organically get burnt out or like you grow apart?
That's what I've been reflecting on recently, because I feel like I could have done a better job of nurturing past friendships that have burned out, not for like any negative reasons whatsoever, but just like we go to different schools now, we don't see each other as much, you know, or you know, you had a baby now, you know, it's like I kind of move through life and adjust to whatever the next phase is for me, instead of
Moni don't want me to have a baby, y'all.
Girl, like you gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna come to the studio. My baby gonna be right there. You gonna have a car seat in the studio.
Shut up! No, I'm not.
You gonna be rocking it with your foot. That's how you operate.
That's not gonna be me.
Stop. No, but like, it's just stuff like that. I feel like I could have nurtured those friendships to where they would still be a part of my life today, because I don't like the fact that while I was really close to this person, what happened? Nothing really happened. We just stopped talking, or we stopped relating to each other. We don't know a lot about each other's lives anymore, you know?
We're apart.
Yeah, to where I see people, like, especially as someone who has stayed in their hometown, and you know what I mean? Usually people move away, but I've stayed in my hometown, and these people are around, but I just don't feel familiar with them anymore.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's something that I'm working on, just because people don't have to be your besties. Not everybody has to be your besties, but you could still have a very intimate relationship with them.
That's very true. Also, I think that friendships kind of naturally get burnt out when people grow apart and start having like different mindsets or outlooks on certain things. I think that as people get older, they start to have different. I think that some people grow up and some people don't, and then I think that some people start to have different point of views of like what's important and what's not. And I've noticed that as I've gotten older. And that's okay. That's okay. It just sometimes it sucks because there's nothing that you can really do about that. You know what I mean?
When it's a breakup, when it's like a best friend breakup for real, that shit hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts like more than.
I am a firm believer in ripping the Band-Aid. Like, again, I don't know if it's because like I'm older now, but I feel like I did put up with like a lot of stuff with a lot of people. And then all of a sudden, like I just got tired. I just said, fuck it. Like, fuck it all. Like, no, I'm not going to keep doing this, because then I'm learning that I'm not gaining anything from this situation. You know what I mean? I'm not gaining anything. It's just irritation and drama, and it's just constant, and it makes you tired because and this is just speaking for me, because I myself am a lot of drama. Like, I'm very fucking dramatic, and I know that about myself. I'm very dramatic.
It's true.
And I'm very dramatic, and I take things personal, you know, and I get very like stressed and easily irritated. I don't know if it's like an Aries thing or what, but I get stressed and easily irritated when I feel like I have to continue to repeat myself about something or constantly be in the same situation with somebody, whether that be like a relationship. Like, it's like being in a relationship and having the same fucking argument. That could be irritating, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing with friendships too, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to keep having like, oh, you fix one situation and then another situation comes up and it's just like the last one. Now at that point, it's almost like, is this even a friendship at this point, or what the fuck is it? Like, it's just, we just keep going around and around in circles and nothing's like really resolved.
That's true. And you don't want to like stress yourself out. So I'm like,
yeah, I've been feeling stressed.
Just to clarify, like the stuff that I was saying in the beginning, like don't try to keep it going just for the sake of the friendship. Like, no, just like you would for a relationship.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean it's love lost. That's not what that
But
means.
boundaries.
You have to set boundaries and take people in doses. Kiana said, my bestie and I first fought in the 7th grade, talked shit to each other the whole way home, chirped each other and apologized and promised to never fight again. Good old days.
Imagine having
Hey,
a
them
argument.
chirp arguments started fights on the bus
Girl.
too.
But you still
funny.
mad?
Lorde
Look, Issa
said,
and
my
Molly.
bestie / sister since the 4th grade and I had a major falling out and didn't reconnect until my mom passed away. We missed some important moments, but we still keep in touch.
Wow.
Wow, that's and you know what? And I feel like that happens a lot too. And then, but I get to the point, especially with family. I hate when family has fallen out because it's like you don't want the time where family gets back together is because of something tragic that happens. You just kind of want to already have it fixed. But it's hard. It's hard when people are who they are. It's hard when people have different experiences, different point of views on things. And again, like I said, it's hard having conversations with people that never want to hold themselves accountable or are not truthful with themselves. It's like they can never be wrong. And you know this about me. I don't mind being wrong. I'll apologize if I'm wrong and I'll clarify if I did something that, wasn't right or whatever. But some people can never be wrong. Mm-hmm. And I hate because I've experienced that with adults in my family before. It's like they'll do something wrong to you, but just will never admit that it was wrong because to them it wasn't wrong. But it's like, no, but to everybody else it is though. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like it's hard for the most part for people to have those conversations when you're in a certain space and the other person is not. But again, boundaries is just the most important thing to have with people, and boundaries doesn't mean that you love the person any less. It just means like you got to protect yourself.
Exactly.
The best you can. Lorde said, I couldn't listen to No Doubt's Don't Speak Without Crying. It was the ultimate breakup of my 20s.
You and me, we used to be together. I love No Doubt. They have
Okay, so now to get to some of the juicy burning of the bridges, okay? Are excited about it. Michael said yeah, to your question earlier.
Ah, that's so sweet.
Somebody named Cousin just signed in. Hi, Cousin. I don't know who that is, but I'm just gonna say hi. So, Moni, are you cool with any of your exes? And in what case do you think it's necessary not to be?
I'm not cool with any of my exes.
Oh, wow. I feel like you don't have that many, though.
I'm about to say, I don't have any exes, really. Like, for the sake of this conversation, I'll say niggas that I've talked to for an extended period of time.
So you don't have no exes? Not even one?
For the purpose of this conversation, I have multiple, but I have like, what counts as it? Like, what age do we start counting exes? Like,
I'm gonna say
21.
I'm gonna say, yeah, 18.
Okay, maybe I was
18. Cousin said those family breakups be super juicy, but sad when you only meet up when family passes. Yeah, that shit is trash.
Hell yeah. Nah, but okay, the one person that I would consider like my ex, because we were like in a legit 2-year-long relationship. No, we're not cool, and I tried to be cool with him, but it didn't work out. He's committed to hating me, and I'm not. It's only a certain amount of time. I haven't hit him up in so long, but I remember I hit him up to be like, hey, like I just wanted to, because we used to talk shit about each other on Twitter, like talk shit. He was like, yeah, yo Kia, your little hamster car,
I remember that.
Yeah, so, and the last time that I seen him, my friend was trying to fight him,
Trying to. The bitch did a whole fucking Luke Kane Mortal Kombat kick across the room.
Which I don't condone. Don't put your hands on people. But
you don't put your hands on no man, because if it hits you back, it's like a whole thing. Now
he tried to corner me.
But he did try to corner you. I'm not gonna lie. I would have hit him too.
Mm-hmm.
I would have hit him too. If you're trying to corner my friend, at that point, all bets are off.
Anyways, so years and months later, I hit him up like, cause bro, like I met your whole entire family. Like, you've been at my house. Like, it's kind of whack that we don't talk to each other at all. Like, we just don't exist. That fucking sucks. So I hit him up like, hey, like, you know, how you been? Hope everything is good. But he was just so kind of like closed off. Like, yeah, I'm good. Everything good over here. Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, kind of giving me that energy. And I was just like, okay. Like, no sorry or nothing. And maybe I was selfishly hitting him up for an apology because I didn't like how he treated me. Like, how you gonna treat me? How you gonna treat me mean when you cheated on me? You know?
Because
But
that's what niggas do.
because that's what niggas do. But I just, I mean, I wish that we could be the type of exes that like keep up with each other life, like not even in a romantic way, not even in a super close way, but just in a way that's like I said, we were really close at one point. Like at one point, you
Yeah.
were my best friend.
Yeah.
You know, so, but maybe I might change my whole perspective on this next month. Who knows? But I feel like in a place now, I feel like there's just no need to um burn bridges unless they was abusive to you. That's like literally the only reason.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say I'm cool with my exes, but I'm cordial with all of them. One of them in particular, we don't really keep up with each other on Instagram, but we can see each other like on Instagram and stuff. One of my exes, we used to be, we actually used to be cool and still hang out and stuff, but I just don't even talk to him at all anymore. Another one of my exes, he just doesn't respect my relationship, so I had to stop talking to him, or stop like being cool with him. But I feel like that's one of the times where you have to like burn that bridge, like when they're not respecting your current situation,
Mm-hmm.
because it becomes like very disrespectful. You know what I mean? Especially when you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially when it was like years ago when we were together. It's like we haven't been together in like forever. You know what I mean? Like, why try to come revisit that now? Like that's dumb. And then to like say like, oh, you still with your nigga, even if I
Oh no,
wasn't.
don't come at me with that energy. But it's just like,
Yeah, like even if I wasn't, like I still wouldn't be with you, my nigga.
yeah,
Like I wouldn't be with you.
I wanna have that like, because I don't want to hate nobody. I want to have that like, oh, like I'm fucking over that. We had our shit and it didn't work out. Like, what's going on with you? Like, are you happy? Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's me. You know, I would like that, but
Yeah.
I'm just so like, no, I'm selfish. They didn't give me what I needed, or you know.
Well, I
But
can say that like I have an ex that things didn't end great, but later he apologized to me. Um, and that was fine, but I'm extremely close to his family, and people do think that it's weird how close I am to his family. But they love my current boyfriend too. Like they love him, you know, and it's really weird. And I don't really talk to him like all that much, like my actual ex. I don't talk to him all that much, but I'm still very close to his family. And when I do see him, it's not strange. Like, you know, we speak to each other and we can have like, you know, conversations and stuff like that respectfully, of course. Um, but I think that that's cool because that person somehow contributed to you as a person at some point, and
exactly, it
helping you
don't
find
have
out
to
what you like.
be.
Yeah, what you like and what you don't like, and even if things ended badly or poorly, it's just like you still learned something from it. And I feel like with all my exes, I've definitely learned something from all of those relationships, whether it was good or bad. You learn something from all of them.
You
But I feel
do.
like the bridge needs to be burned when it's like they're not respecting you in your current situation, or if they're not respecting whatever situation they are now in and still trying to kind of like backslide to you. I feel like that's when the bridge needs to be burned, because I'm a firm believer in, for whatever reason, when men try to step out on like a person that's doing something, or when men try to step out on like their current with their ex, the woman always gets blamed, even if she's not the one that initiated it.
Which is
And
whack.
so
Which
I
is
just,
really dumb.
yeah, I stay completely away from all of that. Um, Cousin said definitely cool with all men I've used to talk to except one because he was childish as fuck. So he was hurt and wasn't ready for the self work he had to do.
Mm. Yeah, sometimes you gotta
Well,
love those people from a distance, but that's good that you're cool with those people. Um, my sister, shout out to
who
Nigel,
are her? She cool with
bro.
her exes.
She's like freakishly cool with like besties with her exes. So she I know if she would listen, she'd be like, "Girl, you telling all my business," but no. We could all know
I'm
the
gonna
business.
fight you. She heavy-handed.
Nike, she dated this guy in high school for a very, very long time. They ended up having like an army-based marriage. Like they were technically married, you know. They didn't went through so much. Like he just whatever. It's over now. It's been years. No,
Not
no,
you about
no
to get
abuse.
mad all over again.
But she is hella cool with him, and she be hella cool with his baby mamas. Like she like we went out to brunch, and she saw when I think his current girlfriend. She saw her out and was like, "Oh hey," like she is cool with them. I think she saw
That
them
says
like
a
in
lot
Vegas.
about the type of person you are too.
My sister is a cool ass girl. She's
She is.
she's had the same friends since kindergarten. Like that's who she is. And the guy that she dated in her 20s that she was with, that she was super, super hurt by, they were able to create a friendship now too, to where he like there's no hanky panky, there's nothing, it's just pure friendship. They're like family, you know?
Yeah.
But he will let people know like, oh, you know, this is Night Shell. It's nothing going on between us. It is my ex, but she'll always be around because that's like one of my good friends. And it's I think that's really great. It's like it's just your connection with somebody just gone through a cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. And then sometimes you learn like, dang, this person is good to have in my life, but just not in this capacity, not in the capacity of a relationship.
Exactly. And I won't be ready for that. I'd be like,
because you want it to be the
I'd be like, you don't want to marry me? Well, I don't want to see your face ever again. How about that? How about that?
How about that? If you don't want to marry me, we can't talk. So speaking of that, what's the pettiest reason you've cut somebody off?
Ooh. The pettiest reason.
Everybody can answer that in the chat too. If you see us on YouTube or in the chat, what is the pettiest reason that you've cut somebody off?
I don't think I have any petty reasons. I feel like
I have a lot. And it wasn't
really?
like just like relationship wise, but it was like
because we're not just talking about relationships.
I've been petty as fuck. And the thing is, when I think about it now, because I'm not a petty person. Like you know that I can be, but I'm not like a petty person. But I think that back then, like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that was kind of petty. Like that was kind of petty to cut this person off for that. Kiana said, "Oh Lord, LOL." Let me think. Jamie said they never left the neighborhood. They never left their neighborhood. Okay. No, that could be irritating. And that'll have nothing to do with nothing, but it can be irritating. Kiana said, talking to someone I don't fuck with at all. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they talk to the ops.
They talk to the ops. Jamie said, local ass dudes.
Local ass nigga, you don't leave this little square.
Let me tell you something. I've literally stopped talking to this guy before because I think he lived in like fucking weird ass Long Beach, and I was saying something, and I was like saying something about going somewhere in fuck. He lived in Long Beach, or did he live in San Pedro? He either lived in Pedro or Long Beach, but I said something about going somewhere in like it was somewhere in LA, and he was like, "Oh, that's far." I'm like, no, it's not. It's not far. But he had never been out, and I didn't want to talk to him no more because he just refused to leave like the city that he lived in. And it was just like, it's not like it's like some small town like shit. Like, nigga, you live basically in LA. Like you live in LA.
And dog, that's just gonna manifest into him not wanting to do stuff.
Kiana said, a man's pants. I hate pants with texture and shit.
Wait, Keon, how are you talking about?
He like said that's ghetto, like corduroy pants, or when they like starch the crease in their pants, because you know niggas still be starching the crease in their jeans.
No, I think she's talking about those skinny jeans where it's like ripples in some parts.
Oh, I hate that shit. That's that hood ghetto. Like she said, that's ghetto. Yes, it's very ghetto. Felix, shout out to Felix in the chat.
Hey,
you guys make sure to check out his podcast. We don't make the rules. Okay, they're on the TGN Sports side.
TikTok Kings.
Felix said, "I'm with Moni. I don't want to be cool with no. LOL.
Don't be like me. Don't be like me. We over that now."
Kiana said, when my husband wears pants that I don't like, I ignore him in the same household.
Like She just making her breakfast.
Wait,
He
that's
like,
funny as fuck. Felix said, stop talking to a girl because every time we hung out, she wanted to bring her best friend. Oh, no.
no.
Kiana says she hate all textures. She don't discriminate. She hate them all.
Dang, corduroy.
Okay, pettiest reasons. I stopped talking to a guy before because I didn't like his feet. Oh my god, his feet were so fucking ugly, and I could not take it. It was like I didn't want them next to me. Like, I didn't want them to like touch me on accident. Like if we were somewhere, and it was like, I just could not. I couldn't get over that. Yeah, his feet were so ugly. I try like every nigga that I talk to. Once I start liking them, I need to see their feet, and I know that sounds like terrible, but I need to see their feet. I stopped talking to a guy before because I hated the way his fingernails looked. His fingernails were dirty, but he bit them down to the nub, so I didn't understand why they were still dirty. Like I didn't like
how
that.
could you possibly get dirt under those things?
And
Like,
I don't like baby nails. Like I don't like baby bitten down nails. It just make me feel like your fingers smell like breath or like a sneeze or something, and it bothered me. And I don't know if my mind was tricking me to think that it smelled like that, but I didn't like that. So no, I don't want to do it. Kiana said I didn't like the way this guy ate. The Lord knew to make sure I got married. LOL.
the way he ate.
He
Or the way
probably
he
ate his mouth open or something. What's another reason I stopped talking to a guy? I think I stopped talking to this guy one time too because he brought it. I mean, I guess it's not petty, but he was always like, I stopped talking to this one guy because he kept bringing up like how nice I looked for a dark skinned girl, and that used to bother me. I didn't know why that always had to get brought up, and it was just like nobody's talking about that.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, you just like you have like nice hair and you like you're pretty for like a brown skin girl. Like you're one of the darkest girls I've ever dated. And that shit used to irritate me, like the fact that he always brought it up. And then when he was around his friends, he was like, oh, isn't she pretty for like a dark skin girl? I wanted to fight him. I just wanted to fight him because it's just like it's not a compliment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's very fucking insulting.
I've gotten turned off by that before, or like I think I was like loose natural at the time, and he was asking me, like we went on one date and he was asking me like, do I ever wear straight or do I ever get weaves? And to me that mean like you like, no disrespect to weaves, I love weaves, they look beautiful,
Right?
But if you're bringing it up, I feel like you are not cool with like the black shit, with like the naturalness, which is who I am, so you can't fuck with me. I think you are pretty for a black girl though. Who?
Felix said. Felix said, gotta see his feet. Sound like boomerang. LMAO. Marcus, darling. Kiana said, yeah, he should have got your hands. Yeah. Savart Sawale. I can't never say it that way. It says you are pretty for black girl though.
She pretty, period.
I feel like they trying to be funny. Like trying to irritate me.
I feel like I don't have petty reasons, and I think it might be because I really don't like niggas at all in the first place for me to have like, you know, it's already hard.
Can I say this? I just gotta let people know. Y'all, Moni be telling me she like people, and I'd be like, no, you don't. And she'll argue me down, and then when she's not talking to him no more, she'd be like, I didn't like that nigga. Like, I know, I fucking told you. Yeah. From the beginning you didn't like them. You trying to lie to me.
Right.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
It's so like for me, it's so hard to stop in line. I love that song. But no, it's
I think you be fake lying though. Like you be trying to trick yourself into thinking you like these niggas and you don't. Because
it be looking good on paper. But I think it takes so much for me to even be like, oh, let's hang out. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you get as far as like,
I feel like Jamie will stop talking to a nigga that don't never plan some shit to want to hang out, because you know Jamie always down for the hangout.
Yeah, nah, I feel like she would, but no, I feel like to even get to a point where I'm texting you back, hanging out, oof, you know, I've already like handpicked, and you know, like it's already been levels, so. It's not a lot of petty reasons. Now, I've been turned off by people that I thought I would be cool with because they've like felt entitled, or they come at me like, yeah, you know, so what you want? What you know, I got to feed you, right? And it's like, what?
Like, no. I've stopped talking to a guy too because this nigga always was short on money every time we went out to do something. And I'm not even the type of girl where I need a nigga to like pay for me to do shit. But then also it's like, don't keep inviting me out and then we're like splitting the bill, but then I always got to put in extra for you. And he never left a tip. That was I fucking hated that.
Oh,
Like,
I hate that.
to not leave a tip, like,
I
ever,
hate that. Oh my god, being rude to servers.
or leaving like $1. What the fuck is $1? Our bill was $65.
No way. Mm-mm.
Like, I don't like that. Is it petty to stop talking to a guy because his booty stank?
That's not a petty reason. That's an
Okay, so
absolutely
that don't
valid
count, so-
reason. That's actually top of the list.
Okay. Because I don't like that sour booty smell. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Jamie said, that's me. I hate always planning everything. Kiana said, no tip, ghetto.
Ghetto. No,
And
that really is.
And I stopped talking to a nigga because he was ghetto too. Okay, this might be the pettiest reason, and y'all might judge me. I didn't even start talking to this nigga. After he told me his name, I just didn't want to talk to him. He had some ghetto name. It was like, his name was like fucking Tyrone or Ty, something ghetto that I didn't like, and I didn't talk to him just because of his name. And I know that's petty as fuck, but I was just like, I don't like it. Like, I don't feel comfortable going around my friends saying like, oh, this is my nigga Tyrone. And I feel like that wasn't even his name, but it was like some other like Decarius or some shit. I don't know. It was some ghetto ass name, and I just did not feel
I'm
comfortable.
gonna call you
like,
D.
yeah, no, but I just didn't feel comfortable like having to like. And he was handsome, but it was just like I would have to bring him around and like say that this is his name, and it just don't fit me. I know that's petty. That's hella petty, but
I'm trying to think. I really don't. I feel like I've been turned off, but I didn't cut them off. They'll just like back up. It's been a situation where that boy I thought I was supposed to like, and he was like, "Hey, I think we should just be friends," and I was like, "Cool."
You literally did that too.
I think I
I was getting
like,
text. You was just like,
I think I responded with like the heart reaction.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, Kiana. I don't like too many syllables. She said, "I'm crying." Yeah, I can't do too many syllables. It's a no for me. I can't. It don't match me. It don't match me. It don't. And no offense, like if your name got a lot of syllables, like kudos to you. Like your parents were very creative.
or
But
sometimes if you like start following somebody on Instagram and you be like, oh, like they kind of cute. Let me see what they about. And then you see what they about, and it's like, oh, never mind. I don't want to hang out with you.
I don't like somebody that like smoke more than they brush their teeth too. I don't like that.
So, wow. So brush your teeth twice a day. You can only smoke twice a day.
No, but it's just like, you can tell when somebody don't brush their teeth as much as they smoke. It's like I'm a pet peeve for me is like if you waking up and you rolling up before you like pee and brush your teeth, I'm almost like, if it's not like a lounge day and you didn't like purposely forget, but this is just like your everyday thing, like before you piss, take your morning piss or brush your teeth, you smoking first. I don't like it. And a white tongue, I'm not talking to you if you got a white tongue either. I'm not doing that. Kiana said I stopped talking to someone over an Android, y'all. Shallow.
Like I can't
I've
FaceTime
been
you.
delivered.
I can't FaceTime you. I don't like the green bubbles. This ain't gonna work.
It do be irritating when you can't send stuff because it come all pixel because the person got Android.
Oh no! Literally every time somebody talks shit about Androids, I think
It depends on what type of Android though. Like
hey Jalil, if
like,
you're listening, I always think of him when I think about Android.
But it depends on what type of Android you have. You got to have like the good type of Android where it's still like compatible with like sending back and forth like iPhone shit. It's a certain type of like Android. Like I'm talking about like what's the like if you still shop like if you still got like a Nokia phone or if you still got like a G2 or some shit, like you still holding on to them like off brand. Like if it ain't the Samsung, if it's not Samsung Galaxy, like you sleep.
That's
People
the
be
universe.
having like
I
other
don't know
Androids that's not even that.
I don't know her. Oh, Savart.
Kiana said, baby, green bubbles. I can't drop a pin. Nope. Savar said, I got Android, but he got a good Android though. It's like you gotta have Samsung or Galaxy. I'm talking about people that still have like the off-brand Androids that don't nobody know the name of those Androids. Those the phones that be doing stupid shit.
I see.
Kiana said, sorry, Savar, but nah. That's funny. Savar also has an iPhone too, though, so I don't know why they're trying to play.
Cool.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all for participating in our shenanigans of burning bridges. Moni, did you have any closing remarks in regards to closing? Actually, I do want to read our last post because it looked like some people actually commented on it. But one of our last posts on our pages, the post says, hold on, let me pull it up. It says, once you know who you are, you're not afraid to part ways with anybody who devalues you. Our connections are a direct reflection of how much we love ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is like straight facts. Like I think that in all aspects of friendships, relationships, and family, you should always take care of yourself first and demand respect. Period. It doesn't matter who it is. Demand respect others, and be the example. I know that I get tired of being the example or always being like the bigger person, but I think in the end it all works out. Some people will just never catch on, but at the end of the day, that's not your problem. At that point, if somebody's not catching on, you just got to set that boundary and take care of yourself.
Just end it with all love, really.
Yeah, it's easier to love. I want people to understand that it's so much easier to love than to like be constantly like mad at this person or don't like this person or hate this person. Like you're using a lot of energy to do that when it's totally not even.
Bro, arguing makes me so sad. Like I could be cussing a person out. I'm deeply sad in the inside if I'm arguing with you because I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I did want to read these funny petty reasons that people have.
Oh yes, let's hear it.
But first of all, the video that we posted, I can't think of this actress name, but she's always
playing somebody's mom. You want me to play it?
Yeah, go ahead. It's only 30 seconds.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn the music off real quick. Or let me pause it, I should say. Okay. Hold on, y'all.
Here's the example of why I had to get rid of him. We're driving on a big car. Life is great. And I come up on an Australian tree that I know is extinct. But it blooms pink. A fucking pink tree. I'm going to acknowledge it. Mm-hmm. So we're driving and I go, oh, that's a pretty tree. Him. You say that about every tree. I was like, well, nigga, you gotta go.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And that could be so irritating too. Like imagine somebody like you're excited about something and they just always so fucking dry.
Bro, that like people was saying like, oh, you broke off an engagement over a tree, but no, that's a reflection of like they're not excited about the stuff just because it simply brings you excitement, you know? Mm-hmm. And somebody replied to that and said that it reminded them of this other video where this guy, he did an experiment to where he would rent out the bed and breakfast to these couples and then would keep in touch with them to see if they stayed together. And he said the consistent thing that made people stay together is their excitement and response about mundane things. Like if, perfect example with the tree. Oh, that's a nice tree. As a partner, they go like, oh yeah, that is a nice tree.
It's that simple.
Instead of being like, okay, it's a tree. Like, you know, it's
you that say that about every tree.
And it was apparently like those were the couples that stayed together. But I want to read off some of the petty reasons that people responded with. Nicolette said it didn't pass the cheeks. And she put the little smirk in. Wow. Kay said he didn't tip after paying for dinner. Boom. Ghetto. Lorde said, nah, sounds like they're not a match. Oh, she was responding to the video. Kay said he dated outside our race. I'm not racist, but that's out for me. Ooh, that's a whole nother topic. Marina said he was bald and short. I don't know why. It's so funny thinking about Marina like saying that. Like,
I know. I
you
don't like
just
an early
bald.
balding nigga though either.
You don't like a what?
When a nigga's balding early, like he be like 23, but like already balding.
How you gonna?
I know it's
You
not their
can't help
fault.
it.
I know, but that don't mean I have to like it. Somebody else will.
I'd rather them be bald and like let the hairline go. That like
But they don't be letting it go though. That's the thing.
that's sad. Shout out to the it was 50-50 Redemption and Burning Bridges. So we're split on that. But that's all.
I think we have some pretty good petty reasons.
That's actually you just bald and short, so I can't fuck with you. That's funny.
I think wait, somebody in the chat it says Kirsten's fave. I'm not sure who that is, but it says stop talking to a guy that had me use my credit card every time, although he would give me the cash or cash app. Like that's mad annoying. Who is my fave? I want to know who that is. I don't have many favorite people.
Kirsten's fave. I bet you when they reveal who they are, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that is my fave.
I know. I want them to tell me before we're off air though. Kirsten's fave, if you're still in the chat, can you tell me who you are? Or give me your initials to see if I can guess if you don't want people to know who you are. But I want to know who it is. Kirsten's fave. Who would put their name as Kirsten's fave? Think Moni.
Girl, you got a lot of friends. I don't know.
I do not have a lot of friends. Don't even be trying to be on here and tell that lie right now.
Maybe
on here. How many friends do I have?
You be like, oh, my homegirl such and such coming. And I'd be like, cool. I don't know who that is.
Now you just lying. Who?
Bro, it'd be like your birthday or something, and they'll come around and you'll be so familiar with them. And I'm like, she's never mentioned this friend before.
I know. I think I don't always like mention my friends like that. Like,
I don't know. It's so crazy. I mean, they're all
just
cool.
said LOL me. I mean, Kirsten's fave just said me. I don't know who that is.
Thanks for the clarification.
I don't know. I want to know. Okay.
Anyways, child.
I guess they're not gonna tell me. But they put in the crying laughing emojis. I am not her friend, LOL. Bye, cousin. Oh, so now I know it's one of my cousins, but I don't know what cousin it is. Kirsten's fave.
It's L'Oreal, probably.
Is it?
Maybe.
I don't know. She be asleep. She be in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. Well, my favorite cousins know who they are, so that probably is one of my favorite cousins because they know. They be knowing who they are. But I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm glad Moni was still able to get on with me from Oklahoma. Okay. You guys remember to support our sponsor. If you missed it, our sponsor is Array Gems. That's ARRAY. Space Gems, GEMS. Hey, Satina.
She wants the room. She wants to go to sleep. She's like, why is y'all showing that over yet?
And on Instagram, their Instagram is @Array Gems. Even if you can't buy anything, just be sure to follow them, like their posts. If you do want to buy something, we do have a discount code on their website right now. The discount code is EXTRA. That's EXTRA, and you can get 15% off with that discount code. So please support them because they have supported us. If you don't already, be sure to follow us @NeverNotExtra on all platforms. If you're looking at us on YouTube, you can see our personal IGs. My Instagram is NeverNotKirsten, and you can find me on all platforms.
Mine is NeverNotMoni, and you can find me on everything.
As always, thank you guys for listening. Remember to always talk your shit.
Love yourself.
Always be honest.
Be real.
And always be extra.
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, it was Michaela, girl. It was Michaela. That is my little sis. Bye, y'all.